What's going on, CrossFit Federal Way? It is Wednesday, and we're halfway through our last week of shutdown before we can get back in here. So today's workout, knowing that we have a bit of a doozy plan tomorrow, being that it'll be the last workout of 2020, and given the year that 2020 has been, expect it to be something interesting. Kind of an homage to this year anyway. So today's going to be a shorter time domain workout, a little bit of a couplet, something that the intention is going to be try to move quickly, try to keep holding onto the pull-up bar or holding onto your barbell and keep moving. So this one should be sub 10 minutes, depending on the athlete, pretty much across the board for most of us. So with that, let's take a look at what we're getting ourselves into. This one being a couplet, it is descending reps on toes to bar, ascending reps on deadlifts. So it starts off 3, 2, 1, go. 30 toes to bar, 10 deadlifts. The weight on the bar today is going to be 185 for guys, 125 for gals, encouraging you not to drop that bar. So 10 deadlifts, then 20 toes to bar, 20 deadlifts, still 185, 125, and then 10 toes to bar, 30 deadlifts, still 185, 125. This one's going to be something where your midline is getting taxed a lot, so those toes to bar are going to directly impact that deadlift and your ability to brace your midline and prepare to pick that bar up off the ground. Hence, one of the other reasons why the weight here is a little bit lighter. And with that, as the toes to bar get easier, you're then asked to hold onto that barbell for a longer period of time if you're going unbroken on these sets. Now, let's go talk about our standards on both the toes to bar and the deadlifts. So if I have a pull-up bar, because I know not everybody does, the standard on my toe to bar is going to be that I need to hang from the bar. My toes are going to, or my heels then have to go back behind the vertical or the horizontal, vertical plane of the bar. So as long as my heels are going behind the bar, I'm good. And then both feet together are going to come up and touch between my hands. So hanging from the bar, both my feet are touching between my hands every single time at the same time. So it's not tap, tap. It's both at the same time. Now, if I don't have access to a pull-up bar or a place to do toes to bar, some of the things that I can do, we'll start with how we would generally scale the toes to bar in the gym. So starting off by just lying down next to something that's sturdy, something that's not going to move, something that maybe it's a table leg, maybe it's a leg of a workbench in my garage, or maybe it's a heavy jack stand if I do a lot of work on cars and stuff like that in my garage. So who knows, but it should be something that's not going to move on you very easy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down, I'm going to grab onto whatever that stationary object is. In this case, it's just an upright for our rig. And then I'm going to take my toes from the ground, heels touch the floor. I'm going to bring them up, touch that upright, or get it close. Now, if I'm holding onto a bench or a chair or something where I don't have something that I can really reach with my feet very easy, bring your feet all the way up to, about in line with either your eyes or your forehead. So you're still working on that contraction and control in bringing those feet up. And then try to control the descent as well. So we're getting contraction this way, and then this is an eccentric loading that's going to also tax your core. So you don't have to slow it way down, but still keep that descent of your legs controlled on the way back down. Now, if I don't have an upright or something to grab onto, we can do a tuck up. So that tuck up, I'm going to start by laying down on the ground. From here, you know what? We've done tuck ups the last couple weeks. Maybe we do V-ups this time. I will give the option of both. So tuck ups. I'm going to start by laying down. I'm going to hinge at my hips. I'm going to bring my knees to my chest. I'm going to reach for my heels. So as I reach for my heels, I'm creating that same closed hip angle as the toe to bar. Now the tuck up is a little easier than a V-up. If I want to do a V-up, I'm going to try to bring my hands and my feet together and touch at the same time over my body. So same hip hinge or hip close, but this time I'm taking my hands all the way up, reaching for my toes, still hinging at my hips, creating that closed hip angle. In my opinion, the V-up is harder than the tuck up, but both will tax your midline as well. So if you don't have access to a pull-up bar or a place where you can do the standard scale option that we would usually use in the gym, then that's not a problem. Just do the best with what you have. Find a solution. This one should be a short, fast workout anyway. Now with the deadlift, if I've got 185 pounds on the bar, these are conventional deadlifts. So my feet are going to be about hip width distance. I'm going to get nice and close to the bar when I approach it. Now let me clarify too, if you don't have a barbell, this could be stiff-legged deadlifts with a kettlebell. This could be, I guess same thing with a dumbbell or something else like that, or a pair of dumbbells. You can do dumbbell deadlifts instead. If you don't have a weight that's quite as heavy as 185 pounds, that's okay. Again, doing the best with what we have, finding a solution to figuring out how do I use the equipment that I do have and move and still get a good workout. And if it's lighter, it gives you an excuse to go a little bit faster, to bump that intensity up. So where it might be a 7-minute workout for somebody else, depending on the equipment they have, it might have been a 4 or 5-minute workout for that athlete. But if you try to keep that intensity up here, that's the goal. So trying to keep that intensity a little bit higher, getting a little more into that kind of anaerobic work capacity type space that we don't work in admittedly enough, but we do our best to push ourselves there. And what it takes is something that's simple enough that you can actually push really hard. That's where the intention behind this workout is coming in. So again, hip width distance on my feet. I'm walking up to where that bar is actually making contact with my shins right now. That's how close my barbell needs to be when I'm getting set up. I'm going to come down and find my grip. For me, it's about a thumb's width distance outside where the knurling starts is where I'm pretty comfortable in my conventional deadlift. Nice and tall chest. Flatten out that back, tight midline, and then just stand that bar all the way up. You know you're at full extension when your shoulders are behind the bar. If I were to drop the bar, I'm in the same position that I would be if I was just standing up nice and tall. If you get to what feels like a finished position of your deadlift and you let go of that barbell and you find that you have more room so you're standing up straight, that means that you weren't getting your hips through all the way. So a good way to counteract that, squeeze your butt. Squeeze your glutes at the top of that movement. If I can turn my glutes on, then I know my hips are open. That's going to allow me to find that good finished position. Now, for a lot of us, the expectation is going to be, these should be touch and go reps. So keep that midline nice and tight. If you're looking for a good place to take a breath on the deadlift, it's going to be at the top. If I finish a rep, I can breathe out, breathe in, reset, and then go right back down. But trying to continually breathe or hold your breath is not going to be a good way to lead to success in this workout. So again, if I'm looking to breathe, I'm going to take a breath here and back down into my next rep and just keep churning through those deadlifts. So pretty simple so far today. Let's take it back to the board, go back over it one more time, and then we'll get to it. All right, again, 3, 2, 1, go. You're going to start off with 30 toes to bar, 10 deadlifts at 185 for the fellas, 125 for the gals, 20 toes to bar, 20 deadlifts, same weight, 10 toes to bar, 30 deadlifts, same weight, time. Super simple. Have fun with this one today, guys. Get after it. I'm excited to see some fast times on the Facebook page. Again, can't wait to get through this week and get you all back in here so we can do what we love to do. It'll be good to see more bodies in this space anyway. So with that, guys, fun little couplet today. Crush it. Let's get after it.